Simple and done. Hey guys, Jim Edwards here, and welcome to another edition of Letting the Chickens Out with Jim. That's actually not true. I already let the chickens out at 6 o'clock this morning because I was up and I was getting some stuff done. We're finishing up day 5 of the VSL challenge today. I was doing some filming, getting ready to go live for that. And so I let the chickens out at 6 because it's light now, and I figured none of you were up. Were any of you up at 6 o'clock Eastern that would have been here to watch Laying the Chickens Out with Jim? Or is it better for me to wait for a more convenient time for when you all are awake? Let me know in the comments down below. So, simple and done. You know, there is always a complicated way to do something. There's a complicated way to host your video. There's a complicated way to autoplay your video. There's a complicated way to make your website. There's a complicated way to do just about anything you could want to do in any aspect of life. But guess what? For every complicated way there's also a simple way. I used to really gravitate towards the complicated stuff. It's like, well, let me figure out how I can do this for like no money and at very little time. No money was the big. Let me figure out how I can do this without having to do this and this and this and this. As opposed to figuring out the simplest way to do something, which as I'm getting older, I'm realizing that simpler is a lot better. And if I can save $20, but it creates 2 to 3 days of hell for me, why not spend the $20 and just save all that time, energy, effort, and frustration? And so even if money's tight, sometimes you'd be better off working at something else to make the money to pay somebody else to do something for you rather than you figuring out how to do it yourself. Right, chickens? The chickens say, yeah, whatever. So my point is that the simplest solution is usually the best solution. That's another thing that I've figured out. Yes, sure, we could figure out a hack. We could figure out a way to bypass the system. We could figure out a way to get over. But then again, if we just did it super simple and kept it simple, it'd be done and it probably won't break. And that's the other thing. When you go for the, excuse me, I just got pecked. Don't peck me. Don't peck, chicken. Sometimes going after the most complicated thing instead of the simplest thing, the more complicated something is, stop it. The more complicated something is, the more likely it is to break. So, if you are given the choice between doing something complicated or doing something simple, always choose the simple solution. It will stand you in good stead for a long time to come, whether it comes to video hosting or how to set up your website or what you're using to make your videos or how you're recording stuff or typing stuff or creating stuff. The simpler, the better, because you can get it done faster, it'll last longer, and there's less stuff to screw up later. So, anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. My wife informed me that we hit a cool milestone yesterday, that we're over 24,000 copies of Copywriting Secrets shipped, which is pretty cool. I thought that was neat. So thank you everybody for that, and have a great weekend. I guess they want more snacks, even though I gave them snacks already this morning. So I'm going to go feed the chickens. You guys have a wonderful weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Happy Friday, Paul.